After months and months of rumors, speculations, leaks, stress, worries, and wonder, it's finally happened. Pokemon for Switch has been unveiled, and here are the 5 coolest things about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switchforce, and collective sigh of relief from the entire internet as we finally got our info, and it was so much more than I think anyone expected. We'll have a bunch of videos covering Pokemon Quest, the mainline Pokemon games, and the new 2019 Pokemon release, but here we're talking the 5 coolest things from the gameplay and details we got on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. The games are releasing this year, November 16th, 2018, for Nintendo Switch. And let's start right off the bat with the characters from the titles. Pikachu or Eevee, whichever version you pick, will be with you wherever you go. They will hang on your shoulder, they'll ride on your head, they'll stick on your arm, they're with you always. They are going to be your Pokemon, your character, and that is pretty cool. It's kind of what we expected once we heard those titles, but it is very cute and fun to confirm that they're with you always, and that you get to have basically your own partner Pokemon that is your ride or die throughout the entire adventure. Number 2, and this might be actually the biggest surprise of the entire list, is the inclusion of co-op. Now you can run around, explore, catch Pokemon, and battle together with a friend. That is a really, really awesome addition, and I think it helps to make these games expand in terms of audience and in terms of mainstream focus, and however you feel about them being yellow remakes, this is a cool new inclusion and will expand the ways of playing Pokemon unlike ever before. I think especially for new players, younger players, even maybe older players that have never experienced Pokemon or even gaming, this is a great way to include them. It looks to be the perfect girlfriend mode because they aren't just pressing a button, they're actually running around with you. Like I said, they get to explore, they get to catch, they get to battle, and given the inclusion of the Pokeball Plus and the new controls, that could be an awesome experience. Number 3 is that Pokeball Plus, which is a very cool little device. No price has been given yet, but I'm sure it'll launch alongside the games, and it is a way that you can control the game itself. It functions as a Joy-Con. You can catch Pokemon with it. There's a button on. I'm not sure if you can move around with it or if it's only going to be able to be used for the catching and sort of more of those interactive elements, but it does say that it can be used as a Joy-Con. But I'm guessing you're still going to need a control stick to work around the movement system. But nonetheless, this is a really cool device that will allow you to take a Pokemon with you into the Pokeball and then have it as sort of a Tamagotchi-style friend. It also will be able to connect to Pokemon Go. Not exactly sure about that specific connectivity between Pokeball Plus and Pokemon Go, but I'm sure there will be some ways to either train, gain XP, expand, evolve, different things like that with your Pokemon. The possibilities are pretty awesome in my head, especially if you can somehow link up with another Pokeball Plus, maybe even trade, maybe even connect in some way. I don't know exactly the capabilities. They haven't revealed all the details, but it definitely seems like it's going to be a must-have accessory for the games and a super fun way to expand beyond the screen and take your Pokemon into the real world, which was what Pokemon Go was all about, and now Pokemon Let's Go is trying to do on Switch. Number 4 are the graphics. Now, some people are going to be disappointed because the graphics are eerily similar to the leaked Lapras screenshot from a while back, but I do think that they look good. I think that they have a very clever style. I love the look of the trainers, and I think the Pokemon really shine on screen. The colors are vibrant, and while it may not be some bold, brand new art style, it does look really good, and I'm excited to play the games and revisit those Kanto locations in this look. We have that 2019 Pokemon to look forward to there. I'm sure the graphics will expand and improve and probably be brand spanking new for Gen 8. But right now, I'm pretty satisfied with this. I think it looks like a nice upgrade, and it's very reminiscent of everything we've come to know and love from Pokemon, but with a little extra polish. That scene with the trainer and Pikachu on his shoulder meeting Mewtwo, really freaking cool. Gave me chills, and I think it just looks super awesome. Now, the 5th and final coolest new feature is the connectivity between Pokemon Go and Pokemon Let's Go. And that is you can bring Pokemon caught in Go over to Let's Go so long as they are Kanto region Pokemon. So things beyond that, you will not be able to carry over. And I'm not sure that you're going to be able to bring Alolan forms. I doubt that you will. But this is a really interesting way to reward players who have invested heavily in Pokemon Go. You can bring your lineup over to Pokemon Let's Go. Now, it might be slightly controversial because it sort of does mess with the balance of the game. You know, transferring in that way, all of a sudden you could have a star-studded lineup. I don't know how exactly it's going to work in terms of what they'll carry over in terms of level or items or attacks or how that's all going to work. But in the screenshot, they do show a trainer surrounded by a Venusaur, an Electrode, a Drowsy, a Machamp, a Grimer, and a Clefairy, which is pretty darn cool. Again, the fact that they're out there with you, you know, that could have been the 6th coolest feature. It kind of goes along with the graphics that there is so much more Pokemon in the fields and as you're moving around, which I think is a nice way to evolve the franchise. But yeah, that connectivity is going to be really interesting, especially, as I mentioned, for those who have dipped a lot of hours into Pokemon Go, and maybe, you know, you'll want to go get Pokemon Go now as you wait for November 16th if you haven't already, to start building up your armada of Pokemon, or maybe you'll stay completely away from that and want to collect them all organically within the Switch games. But those are the 5 coolest features that we have found thus far. We'll keep you posted as more and more information is revealed, and hopefully we get to go hands-on at E3. Hopefully the games are there. But again, you've got the fact that Eevee and Pikachu are with you always. You've got the co-op, which is super cool and a really great first for the franchise. You've got the Pokeball Plus being this awesome device that allows you to take a Pokemon on the go and hopefully do some pretty awesome stuff with it. You have the graphics that aren't a whole new world, but definitely look good, and especially when you consider adding all the Pokemon actually being on the field and whatnot and following you around. It does look pretty prime. And then you have that connectivity between Go and Let's Go, where you can bring over Kanto caught Pokemon from the mobile app to the Switch game. Let us know your favorite features in the comments down below. Any cool things you noticed that we may have missed, we'd love to hear them. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from the Switch and these Pokemon titles. We've got you covered. Follow us on Twitter and Discord. We'll be at E3 and bringing you up-to-the-minute announcements and reveals. And until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. A fantastic day. Pokemon is here. Switch Force, out.